Good morning and welcome to Backyard and Beyond. This morning we're visiting with Sandy Booker down at CAM School in Massena. Good morning to you, Sandy.
Well, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I think it's going to be a pretty good day today and the rest of the week. So it's going to be time to plant stuff, right?
It is. Well, we're hoping. The way the weather's been, it's a little bit hard to know.
That's right. So tell us about the greenhouse and your event that's coming up here Friday and Saturday.
Well, we work with 7th and 8th graders in our Man and Environment class, and we do have an outdoor classroom, but during the winter, when we don't go out there quite as much, we do germination of seeds and try to figure out new ways to grow things, which we did this year. And we're going to have kind of a lower supply of flowers available this year to purchase. We have quite a few hanging baskets, and then we have lots of vegetables. We decided this year with the economy, maybe there'd be more people wanting to do gardening for food instead of purchasing a lot of flowers. So the kids have been working diligently getting everything ready for the sale that's going to happen Friday and Saturday this week.
What time Friday?
From 4 to 6 on Friday and from 9 to noon on Saturday.
Okay. So this is a great time to get a Mother's Day gift. But as you say, and I've heard this too, Sandy, that more people are planting gardens, and they don't have to be huge kinds of things. They can start sort of small. So what's your variety of vegetables that you have there?
Well, we've started off with, we always have a lot of people that want tomatoes in varying kinds. So we have the old standbys with the beefsteak and the early girl and the better boy. We do have pineapple tomatoes. Of course, we have the Romas. They're very popular. We started those really early with the idea of hoping we could get a few on the dinner plates here at school. But temperatures just haven't allowed us to get outside and get things going, so that's probably not going to happen. We do have the cherry tomatoes, and then we went ahead and put out some cabbage plants, some eggplants. We have cucumber plants and pepper plants, so kind of a modge-podge of things there that maybe people would like to use throughout the summer and give them some fresh vegetables.
And, people get so anxious to get those tomatoes in the ground. I'm still telling people, don't put them out there unless you got a good way to protect them, because look how cold it's been getting at night. And tomatoes and peppers are pretty tender.
Yes, they are, and I've heard a lot of people saying that they're going to have to come to the greenhouse to get some because they've already had theirs frozen off.
Right.
So, yes, it's way early to get them out, and we're hoping before we end school, our idea is to go ahead and do some square-foot gardening with the kids and get some tomatoes out there. And then next fall, we've planted a lot of different kinds of tomatoes that we're not selling. We're going to have a tomato tasting fundraiser next fall, hopefully.
Oh, great. Yeah, well, that's part of planting stuff. But you mentioned that you have cabbage, and that's something people could plant right now. If they want to get antsy, get that in the ground right now. Cabbage can stand that cold weather. Can't remember if there was another cool crop one. I think most of the others were warm crop, because eggplant is a warm crop, right, and as well as the tomatoes and the peppers.
Correct.
But you can get down there and get them at the greenhouse and just kind of baby them along for another, probably not too long, another week, and they should be safe to get in the ground. So let's talk a little bit about the square-foot gardening. We've been talking a lot about raised beds, and, I sort of use those interchangeably, and I probably shouldn't. But what's your plan with the square-foot?
We're going to actually build boxes with the kids, and we're hoping that people can see those when they come up to the greenhouse, and we're going to shave off the grass, not all the way down, but our boxes are just we're going to lay down cardboard underneath and then put the boxes on top, and then we have about a six-inch box from what I've been reading and from the seminar that I attended that you guys put on. That seems to be the way to go, and like I said, this is going to be kind of the CAM trial gardens, so we really don't know what's going to work and what we're going to have to plan for, but that's part of the process. We have to do a lot of problem solving, and the kids get involved with it, and they can see what works and what doesn't. And that's the huge idea. It's not so much what do we garner as far as the harvest, it's what can the kids and Dean and I learn as we're doing this.
And are there some other kinds of class materials that you try to incorporate besides the horticultural aspect?
Well, we have a huge outdoor classroom located. It's kind of a hidden jewel here in southwest Iowa and in Cass County. And the kids are out there. In fact, we just had a work day out there this week on Monday. And we're out there. We have some trees that have died, that have been cut down, and we use it for firewood. We also use it for brush. We have a butterfly garden out there that the kids are in charge of taking care of. Water testing, all different kinds of things. We do not use a textbook for this class. It's all whatever Dean and I can come up with. He's a big waterfowl hunter, so we do have some goose nests and some mallard nests out there. And the kids in the morning worked, and in the afternoon our preschoolers came out, and we did some activities with them, such as making birdhouses out of pine cones and smearing peanut butter on them and seeds, and then making some animal tracks, and then we took them fishing. So it's kind of a whole thing where we get the kids out and get them dirty instead of playing their video games and looking at screens all the time. It's a hands-on outdoors activity class.
So do you do any water studies, finding out what's in the water down there at the center or anything like that?
Our water has very good quality. We test it, and the farmers that are around us do an excellent job of helping us protect the waterways. We do have all of the waterways that have grass areas to them, so they're filtered. We do have a wetlands out there also, which wetlands are also a good filtering process. So the kids get an opportunity to do a lot of different water testing, pH, oxygen levels, dissolved oxygen, nitrates, nitrites. They have that opportunity also.
Great. So they get a little science in there, probably a little math in terms of, a lot of places you can apply the math in your planning and planting and all those kinds of things. So, and hands-on, as you say, getting those hands dirty, what a great way to learn. Sandy, you've been doing this now for how many years? How many years have you had the outdoor classroom and you've been doing various things that related to the growing?
Dean has those numbers better than I do, but excuse me, I'm going to guess that we've been doing this for well over 10 years.
Okay.
We started out with our high school, and then when we whole grade share, then we started, incorporating the middle school, and we kind of wondered how that was going to go as far as the working and could they do some of this, and they do fine. And now we have, like I said, our preschoolers go out. We've had elementary kids go out. They help us harvest seeds during the fall and strip seeds in the prairie. And we're trying to get more and more people out there because actually that outdoor classroom could be used for every class. Our art classes go out there. They do some still photography, and then they come back and they draw the pictures that they have. So there's been a lot of people out there. We just really try to incorporate it through all of the disciplines here at school.
I'm wondering if you've heard back from any of the students, that far out. You've had students graduate and go on. Do students come back and say, this is what I really learned, or this is what I really appreciated about that opportunity that other students don't have?
Yes, and we've had some kids that have gone into that area when they've studied in college. So they're very aware of what is going on. Of course, Micah Lee wouldn't have been here at the time that we started this, but Micah Lee, of course, is a Cass County person there for all of the different parks and things, and he's a former student, but we didn't have this class started yet, I don't believe, when Micah was in school. But we've had other kids go into the area or come back and say, wow, we really enjoyed the outdoor classroom. We have kids that go to high school that have come back and said, can we join the class again? And actually, Dean is out there right now with his construction students that all of them have been in this class, and they're building a handicap dock out on the pond. Wow. So they're very involved at different points in times.
We have to say thank you and recognize that you and Dean make this happen and see all the ways that you can apply it, because it's not just, it's such a broad-based kind of thing that you've made happen. Where is that classroom? Because people, the public's invited to come down and see it, right? And
yeah, you can go in any time. You can fish. There's no hunting allowed, and the fishing out there is catch and release. Okay. So we do want that. It's located at 770th and Tucson Road.
Okay, you might have to look at your little county map to find that, but it's marked there at the entrance so you can see it. And you have a shelter there, not just an overhead shelter, but a building. So if people have had, I think, wedding receptions and those kinds of things there.
Oh yeah, all kinds of things, gatherings. It's enclosed. Again, Dean's class has gone out there, his construction classes, and they've worked with some of the local people that do building materials. That's one thing that I really want to express, is that the community has been great to support our outdoor classroom. So that shelter is enclosed. It has heat in it. We have rural water out there. There's a stove in it. We use it a lot as educational areas. has a nice little patio deck on it so that you can go out and just kind of sit back and relax and enjoy watching all the wildlife.
You bet. So let's remind folks they can help support all of those efforts by coming to the greenhouse, as well as benefit by taking home some great things. So this is in Massena, just a few blocks from the school. What time and when?
Okay, I will go ahead and plug a little bit. We have 2 prints that we are giving a raffle or having as a raffle item that will be drawn for over July 4th celebration here in Massena. And all of the proceeds from those 2 prints, we'll be selling those raffle tickets and have the prints at the greenhouse, will be divided between the outdoor classroom and the greenhouse.
Okay.
So and then we're going to put them in the bank here in Massena and the bank up at Anita so that they can see those and buy the raffle tickets. So that'll be available. The greenhouse is located in our bus parking lot. We're going to try and have some signs out if the wind and the rain doesn't take them down to direct you, but just look for the buses. We're behind the buses in the parking lot here in Massena. We'll be open Friday night from 4 to 6 and Saturday from 9 to noon with all of the needs that you need to get Mom a great gift for Mother's Day and to plant some of your veggies in your garden.
All right. Thank you very much, Sandy Booker, for visiting with us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the help.
Okay. Here's the thought. If you've never experienced the joy of accomplishing more than you can imagine, plant a garden, small or large.